Hey, my name is Octane, and this is the story about Elijah on Mount Carmel. So, I was told by the king, one of the king's messengers, to go to Mount Carmel. I had no idea why. I was like, why on earth do I gotta go to this mountain? I guess I just have to go. The king said so. I don't want to get executed. And so I just decided to go. And I guess he weren't able to make it because he got sick, but it was awesome. We missed a lot. So what happened was, when we all arrived, this man named Elijah walked up and pretty much told us, like, why have you you should choose who's your God. Like, why are you not have chosen Baal, the king's God, or my God yet, or the Lord? And we were all like, why is he asking us this question? And we just stayed silent. And so what the man Elijah proposed was to the king's prophets was, the king got all of his 450 prophets for Baal and another 400 prophets. And so what Elijah proposed to the people and to the prophets was, we both get a bull and an altar, and we have wood because that helps with fires. And so what he said is, whoever's God is real will light the fire, that's it. And so the prophets of Baal decided to chose which one's their bull. And once they chose that, they built their altar, and then they started chanting and praying for their God. And so by midday, they had kept going on, and the dude Elijah just started teasing them. It's like, maybe Baal is sleeping. Maybe he's in deep thought. Maybe cry louder. And so the prophets of Baal decided to start slashing themselves with swords and spears to gush blood, as what was commonly practiced. And finally, they just kind of stopped doing it because they were way too tired. And so the man Elijah decided, hey, can you fill up 4 jugs of water? And so the people wanted to do that, and he built a trench. And what he did was, he poured water all over his altar. And then he did that 2 more times. And I was thinking, this man is crazy. First off, sending fire to burn his bull, that's a little crazy. But drenching it, he's just crazy. And so the man prayed, and fire came down from the heavens and burned the bull, the wood, and dried up all the water entirely. It was like nothing had happened except the ground got burned. And when that happened, we were like, is that gonna hit us? Are we gonna die? And it's like, and in the moment, we're like, you're scared to death because you don't know if that thing's gonna fall on you. And then when it starts burning everything, it's like, you still have that sense of fear, but it's like, that is pretty cool. Something just came from the sky and burned that entire thing down. Entire thing away. Wow. And so after that, the man Elijah told us, get them and don't let any of them escape, for the prophets of Baal were taken down to the valley and captured. And yeah, it did not end well for them. And so after that, we learn the Lord is the real Lord.
Guys, I literally could not have told that story any better than Octane just did. Way to go, my friend. So let me just wrap it up for you really quick, put a little tiny nutshell around it. Here is Elijah's challenge. How much longer will you waver, hobbling between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, then follow him. See, Baal was a very popular god of the Canaanites, and God's people of Israel were supposed to worship him, the true God only. But they got caught up in worshiping this popular God. Don't we do that? We want whatever's the most popular, whatever's the prettiest, whatever's the coolest, whatever's the hippest, whatever's the newest thing to be into. We want that. And what we fail to realize is that that is so often a false God. It's a God that's powerless. As appealing as it may seem, just like the prophets of Baal, that false God proved to us, that God is powerless. So whatever you're holding onto, whatever you're clinging to, that you're like, oh, but this is where I'm finding my true worth, my true identity, my true value, whatever it is, if it isn't the God who created you and loves you, it's a false God. I love Elijah's challenge. Why did Elijah want God to bring fire and burn up this altar? Not to prove that Elijah was super cool, but to prove that God was amazing. Here's what he says in verse 37. Answer me, so these people will know that you, O Lord, are God, and that you have brought them back to yourself. Whatever false kind of gods, idols, crazy things you set up around you, God is longing to bring you back to himself. So just like those people, will you choose today? If Baal is a true God, whoever your Baal is, then worship him. But if the Lord God is God, get rid of that and worship him only. I promise it will be best for you. Love you guys. See you next time.